Let's get to work. Here we go. Comment tree. We're going to make this thing happen. Let's see what it says. On the video I made about a week ago, 3 tips if you think you are losing your hair. Someone named Adronicus90 says, quote, "I really like what you said at the end of the video. I think you should make more videos that are about confidence building, even ones not about hair loss," end quote. Now I looked up to see what he was talking about, and during the last minute of that video, I went on to talk about how ultimately society is looking for a man who is decisive and confident. So that's what he was referring to specifically. So a request here to make more videos with better lighting, with more videos about confidence building. So I think I can do this pretty well. I think I can make a video talking about building confidence as a man, and also dipping back into hair loss topics as well, because it just so happens, as I'm wearing my white jeans with my Chuck Taylors, that I carry around in my pocket with me a list of, is that a bug on my ear? Look at that. A list of 7 tips to build confidence as a man. And again, some of these relate to hair loss, some don't, but overall it paints a picture. And this is more of almost like a greatest hits of a lot of my videos. I've got nearly 1,000 videos here on my channel. So we're gonna look back on some of these. Some of you are new to subscribe to my channel, so you haven't heard some of this stuff. And even if you already have, it's good to hear it together as this greatest hits collection of sorts. All right, so let's get with the first one. Number 1, the number 1 way to build your confidence, especially if you're dealing with hair loss and starting to realize that, first thing I'd always suggest is to buzz it off. Number 1, a number 1 guard. Number 1, actually number 1.5 is ideal if you've got access to it. Not all kits have it, but 1.5 or a 1. Here's why I suggest doing that, because it is an experiment in which you can see how the world will see you with less hair, and it's a way that you can see yourself with less hair. And I'm not talking about going down to the skin with the razor. I'm just talking about a buzz cut, a number 1.5 all around, ideally, is what I'm talking about. It is quite the experience, and I think what it's going to do is take a lot of anxiety and fear away, because people are going to notice and think, hey, you actually look pretty good that way. They're going to say stuff like that, and you're going to be surprised by it. Now, there's going to be some people that, oh man, what'd you do? Join the skinheads or something? They're going to be people who say that. There always are. But I think most people, you're going to be surprised to hear to say, yeah, actually, you can pull that off. I think once you see that, and hey, worst case scenario, it takes a couple months to grow back. Fine. But it's a liberating experience that I suggest to anyone that is first experiencing, hey, I'm losing my hair. It's an important exercise that I recommend to everyone. That's number 1. Number 2 is to work out and eat right. I clearly do. I'm always obviously walking when I'm doing these videos. I bike, I skateboard, I run. I don't pay a gym membership, but for me, working out is outdoors. I'm an outdoorsy kind of guy. I was raised in the mountains of northeastern Alabama. That's how it was for me. I can't pay a gym membership. It's just not in my blood. But if that's what you need to do, do it. Whatever's going to keep you active and outdoors, or, well, whatever's going to keep you going and moving around. That's important. It brings you back to life. And eating right's a big part of it to do. Something interesting, by the way, that I've noticed about my subscribers, anytime I see a picture or a thumbnail of any of you, you all seem to be in shape anyway. I think that's interesting, because I mean, I look good for 35. There's no way around it. I look good for a 35-year-old guy. You can tell I'm fit, I'm in shape, I'm current, but I'm not trying to be something I'm not either. But I've noticed that. I think most of the people subscribe here are in shape and working out and being active. That's very important to building confidence. All right, so number 3, standing up straight. I know it's easy to forget about, but especially in a culture where we're on laptops and sitting down so much, it's easy to, well, I guess I probably can't demonstrate, to walk like this. But walking up where our shoulders are above our hips is very important. It shows confidence, which again, society deems as attractive. They think confidence is attractive. So walking upright is a conscious decision a lot of times for us, but it's very important to walk upright and having that eye contact as well. And which leads me to number 4, smiling. I mentioned it yesterday, but it really is a major part of how people see us as confident in ourselves. and kind, because that's the thing. It's not about being a nice guy, it's about being a kind guy. Someone who cares about other people. Someone who is warm and receiving is someone people are naturally going to like, with or without hair. All right? So smiling and exhibiting that you're smiling is confidence. Now, we're not talking about that. What we're talking about is genuine smile as we're seeing people. When they see a smiling face, they're already liking you more. They're already finding you more attractive, and they're not going to notice the hair. They're going to focus on the smile. All right, that's a helicopter if you want to zoom in. In Nashville, there's just always helicopters flying over all the time, and there's the airport. So, but I don't edit my videos. That's important and fundamental that I don't edit my videos, because I've learned that people like me better when I don't edit my videos. I've learned that. I've studied that. Okay, number 5. Dress nicer than others. Basically, the goal is to be the best dressed guy in the room. Now, I'm not saying to go around wearing a tie and dress shirt all the time. I'm just saying, know where you're going and think, how can I be the best dressed guy in that room? I don't mean go out to Banana Republic and spend $450 on nice clothes. I'm not talking about necessarily nicer, more expensive clothes. I'm talking about being the best put together, because that's another thing that people definitely notice. For example, today in the office is Casual Friday, which often translates as sloppy, careless Friday. Well, I toned it down a bit. I'm not wearing a dress shirt, but I'm wearing a nice Henley, and got some color there. But then, of course, and have you already watched my video about how to wear white jeans? I'm not expecting that to be a big hit among the people who watch my hair videos, but I'm expecting that overall to be what I call an investment video. I think overall it'll bring in new viewers that wouldn't normally come here. But I mean, I'm dressed nice and I'm dressed cool. I got a nice Henley that's masculine. I noticed the blue stitching, so I matched a blue t-shirt underneath it instead of just a generic white one. I'm rocking some white jeans because I'm Nick Shell and I can do that. We've of course got the classic Chuck Taylors. Hey, if I'm going to tell you to do something, I'm going to tell you to get a pair of Chuck Taylors, because they're nice and classic and they go with just about everything, and you're always cool when you wear them. You'll always get compliments on that. People will find you. You're going to find you get so many compliments when you're simply dressed a little bit nicer than everybody else. If everyone else is just wearing a jeans and t-shirt, and I'm wearing a Henley with brave pants, because not everybody can pull off the white jeans like I can. And I'm not saying get white jeans. I'm just saying you want to stand out based on how you dress, and it doesn't require money to do that. It's just a matter of stepping up a half notch more than everybody else. People will notice that. That goes a lot further than your hair, trust me. All right, Number 6 is, do not give permission to others to offend you. You and you alone are in possession of your emotions and your feelings. It's true. People can call me any name in the book. They can criticize me however they want to. My self-esteem doesn't go down at all. It doesn't, because I refuse to give anyone power over my emotions to offend me, whether it's close friends or family or somebody watching my video. I am so confident that no one can offend me. I've made a video about this. I invited the whole world to try to offend me, and no one could. Because it is impossible, because that's up to me. And it's up to you as well. You decide whether you let other people offend you. Now imagine this. If you can get to the Jedi level that I am, the Jedi level of Nick Shell, and you live a life where no one has the ability to offend you because you don't give that freedom up to other people, imagine how much more confident you're going to be, which I keep saying in all my videos. Confidence is really what it comes down to as far as being attractive and being likable as a man, being confident. You can't be confident if you're giving power over your emotions to other people. And it's not just about being hurt or offended by people. It's also about people allowing, like driving in the car and someone cuts out in front of you and you get angry. You're weak if you do that, because you're still giving power over your emotions to somebody else. It's about being emotionally intelligent. That's another thing. And then the last thing, watch my videos. Normally I don't tell people to subscribe or watch my videos, but if you're watching this video, it's a good sign that you're needing some more positive influence in your life. You know, I call this the brotherhood of the hair loss for a reason, because we are here to support each other. This is a safe place where we can, admit, hey, I'm losing my hair, I'm dealing with it, I'm processing it. You know, one of the rules of the brotherhood is you can't judge another brother on how much or how little hair he still has. We're all part of this together. We're all dealing with this together. But in your own mind, you've got a voice telling you that you're not good enough. You're not as attractive. You're not as good looking. You won't get what you want. You won't get what you want because you don't have as much hair as the other guys. And you believe those in the back of your mind. You believe that. So what you need is, you need a daily dose of somebody like me. Because who else on, hey, let's be honest. Who else on YouTube does what I do? No one. They talk about hair loss, but they don't psychologically unpack it and encourage you with information. No one does that at all. I'm the only one. I'm the only one who does it as good as I do. And I actually care about you in the process. I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm here to help you and build confidence. In the same way that I'm looking into a time machine at the 20-year-old version of myself, telling that version of myself what I needed to hear back when I was 20, instead of having to learn it all the hard way at age 35. But you want to surround yourself by people who are going to support you emotionally and encourage you. I'm pretty much a direct source for that. So that's why I actually recommend, if you're wanting to build confidence, keep watching my videos, and not necessarily just the ones I'm producing from here on out. Also watching the ones I've already produced. I've got nearly 1,000 videos on here, the majority of them being about hair loss and overcoming that psychologically. So thank you so much for requesting this video. I've really enjoyed making this, and I think it's very important to analyze these things. So again, in closing, try buzzing off your hair at a number 1.5. Work out and eat right, stand up straight, smile, dress nicer than everybody else in the room that's a guy, but just by a little bit. Don't give permission to other people to offend you, and watch my videos. Find some way to have encouragement on these things that are bothering you. You need positive reinforcement in your life, and maybe I'm one of the easiest sources to get a hold of, because I'm making like 3 videos a day, and they're always positive and encouraging and addressing the psyche, not all the physical stuff, all the superficial stuff. We're focusing on what's in here and what's in here, because that's what matters. I'm Nick Shell, and I appreciate you being part of the brotherhood.